What's up guys, Artil Boy here, doing another video. Today we're taking a look at the Swiss SM74. Let's begin. Now this mask is actually made by Herbert and Schörner, and this was actually introduced in 1974, rather for the Swiss military, until 1990. They decided to hand this to the Civil Defense Force. Now let's get to talk about the bag itself. Now this actually is the upgraded version of the 67, which we'll actually talk about that mask later on after this one. So the bag itself is made out of cotton. Now if you're actually wondering about this bag itself, I actually got this from a different mask, the SHMS. Yeah, when I got the mask itself, it actually came with this bag instead of the normal Soviet filter or Soviet mask, what it's supposed to be. So it has a shoulder strap, which you can adjust can be adjusted, which it's kind of really. Also having like a drawstring for the leg or for the waist. It is actually secured with two buttons on both sides, right here. With these two, with the button closure, with some piece of I guess leather for the thing, with some steel buttons right here. The bag is fully made of cotton. There's a stamp for this, G4141-46-11, and inside of the bag itself there is kind of nothing. Yeah, a lot of the Swiss masks wouldn't really have anything at all, so that's kind of what it is. But now we get to the filter, which the filter is called the Schultz Filter 67. It actually came in a big old container, which I'll be right back with it. Okay, I'm back, and here's what the actual filter is supposed to look like, unopened. ABC Schultz Filter 74, and it's kind of what it is. Here's so this is how to open it, but I'm not going to open it. I know it's already inside of it. It's this filter. Or actually not about it, because sorry, it kind of was like one of those. And the thing is, it's kind of just like the M40, where it's actually had similar to like the CO2 filters stored in like this. So it's kind of. Yeah, it's like made of plastic and all that. And now we get to the mask itself. And then we get to the mask itself. Now the mask itself is made of butyl rubber, like all around to it, including this piece right here. Here's the exhale valve. The inhale valve, or the inhale assembly, it's actually a piece of steel with a flapper piece inside, and it's a 40mm Stagnac filter with this little piece of spring that you can take off and actually can disassemble the mask without having to requiring tools for the thing. The eyepieces are made of glass with some piece of steel around the whole eyelids. On one side you got is U-6551-I1, and the other side is the U-6551-I4. And on center of the mask, there is the cross, kind of just a Swiss logo, or kind of Swiss. And on the left side, here's a pair of apparently glasses. I'm not sure about this, but comment down below. But I think that might be the production or the year of it, Because I kind of know for knives, which they do some of the weird logos, where they had this and kind of that whole, like, more like production date. This one is an 85, and you can see is 4 dots on here. I'm not sure about this, but that might be the company who made this. And there is no side. And I'm not sure about this one right here, this little bump right here, there's also have a hole inside, so that's kind of interesting. So the back of the mask is made of elastic with a piece of vinyl to it. And it's a 5-point head harness where you can, and this is how it's secured with 5 buckles. This is how you adjust it. To tighten it, and it's like this, and this is how you loosen it. And now let's go look inside of the mask itself, where there's not a lot of stuff are inside of it. So here's no oil nasal cup to it. Here's the exhale valve, including its assembly. Here's the inhale valve, inhale assembly, and also been supported with the TSOT system with a big old hole inside here. So that's kind of what it is. So this is how the mask functions. If I can get the mask, here we go. So this is how to inhale. It actually will either go here, and of course the entire TSOT system right here. And this is how, oh yeah, there's also a 3 in there too. And then this is how to exhale. So let's test this bad boy out.
So this is what it sounds like with the mask on.
So this mask is actually a pretty good one for what it is. Unfortunately, there are some good cons about it here. One is the lack of a drinking straw, but the thing is about it here, I think that's all right for what it is. So I'm giving the Swiss SM74 an astounding of kind of bit of a 9 out of 10. The quality is good for what it is, and the mask itself is, rather the mask quality is good for what it is, and the mask itself is actually really look good of all things, so that's kind of what it is. So that wraps up of the Swiss SM74. I'm Boy, and I'm signing out. I'll see you guys next time.